Hi everyone, welcome to this new artist interview. The goal of this interview is to share the story of NFT artists, how they use the different marketplaces, how they connect with their collectors, how they connect with other artists, and all their backgrounds to help new artists joining the space to be successful with NFTs as much as possible. My name is Clément from Bulldog, and at Bulldog, we believe that it's very easy to create NFTs, but it's much harder to maintain and increase the value of your NFTs over time. It requires to be very good at the technical aspects of blockchain to create interesting experiences. And it requires to be very good at marketing, at social media, to create a strong community. And this takes a lot of time. So to solve this, we are building a platform, Bulldog, where artists can connect and very easily build experiences for their collectors to have them really engaged. So it's really the beginning of the story. It's very early. We are co-building all of this with our Bulldog community of artists. So if you're an NFT creator, you're more than welcome to join, test our product, do some feedback to us. And if you like it, obviously share the love around you. So you can join us on Twitter, Discord, here on YouTube. And thanks for all your support. Now let's go to the interview. Today we are receiving Fabiano Speziari. Fabiano Speziari is considered as one of the OG NFT artists. He started doing NFTs in 2018. He is present on almost all the different marketplaces that we know of. And he will share with us his background, how did he started making art, making NFTs. He went to the bull market and the bear market, so he's going to share that with us also, how he used the different social media. So everything you will learn from him to help you as an artist have the same kind of success. So I hope you will like this interview, and now let's go to it. Thanks, Fabiano, for being here. Today we're going to discuss a lot of things with you, your background in the art space, your background in NFTs, all the different marketplaces that you use, the artworks that you collect also, and so everything else that can help other artists. So first, to start, can you maybe introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello to everyone, and thanks you for proposing me to participate in this interview. I introduce myself. My name is Fabiano Speziari, and I'm an Italian artist. My journey as an artist starts from traditional art and arrived in digital arts in 2018. I studied design at university, and my visual culture was based on the forms of design, especially those of the Bauhaus and rationalism. Another influence in my work come from cartoons like The Simpsons and pop art. And in recent years, before getting to digital art, I have experimented with different techniques: painting, sculpture, toy art, land art. And I have experimented also with different things like sculpture that are a cross between art and design. And I study design and try to do something that is a middle to these two things. And as I have already mentioned, since September 2018, I have been working the world of crypto art, where I'm present on some of the most important platforms. The technique I use the most is the pixel art, and my main work at the moment is based of the creation of clothes, followed by the colorful West and the digital monoliths. So I explain a little this part of my work. Hope people can understand my English. Clothes are small parts of our planet. The Earth has been destroyed, exploited by the human greed. No, so we are left with a multitude of these lumps of earth, and the people try to rebuild a life in this little piece of earth. There are various kinds of clothes. The clothes where no people control what people do. And there are some places where people seem to be controlled by an inexistent force, no, or people that control the mental of inhabitants of this place. And in my clothes, I search to investigate the human habitudes, the human the human soul. So in these clothes, people can be, when they watch the first time a Clod, thinks that something little for play, but not so. For understand the clothes, people need to watch behind the side, no, and understand what happened in a Clod, where people living with no constriction, okay? And this is a base about clothes, and it's important to watch one and understand what I mean, not only speaking. Colorful West is a series in which characters and colored details are inserted on the whole color photo. The photos are mainly from the late 19th or early 20th century. The idea is to generate the contrast between black and white and the color. And the color is unusual, inserted into something usual. There are two basic principles of this work. In this work, you can, I create this work for two basic idea. The first is to give a new life to this old photo that a lot of people get away, and I found in a flea market, and I like to do a new life. And the second is to see what it would be like to review our past. So the people I insert in this pixel are different from us, no? But it's the same things when we watch people that are different from us, and is a sort of reflection of diversity that is often frightening. Those who live different from us are not necessarily the enemy for the person to be avoided. And monoliths are the third part that I want to speak. Are kind of monuments or votive structure that is not known who built them, and they are scattered around my open world of clothes. Sometimes they represent in a graphic way the impalpable world of data. In the face, they are something enigmatic, and like a steel left by someone in a cloth. They live and move in a continuous loop, this work, and no, it's difficult to understand who created it. Is something a monolith. So is something. And over time, I also created other things like my clothes pet, which I then made both as cards and were able from CryptoVoxel, where I built a lot of things in CryptoVoxel in the year. At the moment, I mainly work on platform like SuperRare, No Origin, and Sync. But I have don't work also in Artblock and TED's platform.
Those work that you describe are very interesting. I think, in my opinion, you have a very unique style, which is what I like as a collector. I think when we see your artworks, we immediately recognize your style, especially with the pods and the clouds and the monoliths. So it's really cool to understand the story behind those artworks. Um, can you tell us how did you? So you said that you entered the crypto and NFT space in 2018. Can you tell us how it happened? How did you discover it? What was your motivation to try it?
I entered in the crypto world in 2018 after reading a DAO article about this world. And I got interested, and immediately I decided to try this new experience because I like try new things in art, in new technology, and evolve in my art. So I minted my first work in Origin in September 2018, and now I'm almost 3 years or so to work and um, create my art and try to evolve each time, getting something new.
Thanks. So can you you talked a little about that. So you use Ethereum mostly, and also Tezos, the blockchain Tezos. Do you use other blockchains like Solana, for example, or other one? Or
Oh, I use most Ethereum because I born in Ethereum, so I'm very comfortable in Ethereum. No, also if I pass the when I stay here when the gas fee are very expensive, sometimes I spend very big amount in fee sometimes. One of my work in Sync, Async, no?
yes.
Programmable art. One of my work, I spend more than $500 to mint. And
That's
and last year in 2021, when we look at on generative art in art block, we spend $2,000 to mint our work.
that's maybe the same price as all the artworks on Tezos.
Yeah, yeah. I use Tezos and I use a lot also Matic, Polygon,
Yes.
and I think is this all these blockchain have different I think future for this blockchain because Ethereum is here and I think is the base of all this world in some way. No, Tezos is very nice. I collected a lot in Tezos and I do some works in Tezos. Probably at the moment the price of the work, a lot of work is very cheaper, and if you do for work, it's difficult to stay, no? Because sell at 1 pesos for people that live in Europe is difficult uh, because you need to earn a lot, but only for pay your minimal
Yes, for your rent, your
yeah,
food.
yeah, yeah. It's very good for people that live in place like I don't know, um,
Yes, emerging countries.
emerging country that $1 is important for people. No, $10 or $20 in 1 day is a nice amount. But in Europe is a little money, so you have some problem, and it's difficult to sell in Tezos to too much money, no?
Yes.
But I
You
like, think in the future can be an important blockchain for art because Ethereum probably will be more used for collectible or for other things, no? But I think Tezos is nice for art in the next year.
Very cool. I think what is interesting in your background also is that you use a lot of different marketplaces. You use the big ones like Super Rare, Non-Origin, Asyncart, but you also use, let's say, more small ones. I saw Elementum, I think, Terra Virtua. Can you tell us a bit about that? How do you choose the marketplaces where you're going to mint your work? What you like on each one?
So I use it, I think, almost all the marketplace that we know, except something that I don't use because I can't be everywhere. No? But allora, Terra Virtua is nice for collectible, but you don't have any free level to move. So they do all. You send the image, you send the work, and they do all. So you don't have any leverage on nothing. But it's nice. Nothing to do. I sell a lot of my cards in Terra Virtua. Now is some months that it's very difficult to sell something in Terra Virtua. They sell the internal work, but external is very difficult. It's not a nice platform, but I have this problem. You don't have any free leverage to move your work, so you don't have your work. Isn't like other platform where you can change price, burn, sell, send, and Terra Virtua you don't do nothing. Elementum I like because it's very curated pace, and but with this market situation it's difficult. If you don't have a lot of publicity, you don't do a lot of interaction with the public, you have some difficult to sell work. So is difficult for this. I like to use a big platform because big platform have a big public, big, a lot of people that come, watch, buy, collect. Is a lot of movement. In this moment, that market is very bearish. It's very difficult to sell things like 1 year ago. Is totally different from the market. 1 year ago is very simple, sell things, sell your work. Now it's very, very difficult. Very also for people that like me is everywhere. No, I have. I like. I admit that I like sell. I do art because I like do what I want. So I like get my work when I have an idea. I want to do this idea, no, and I get. Probably it's better for some artists that prefer sell only one piece in one platform and do only this. But I'm not for here for do this. I like be an artist that like create without no constriction, without no
there's no particular rules. You like to explore and test things, and when you think about something, to create it and to do it, and not think strategically. Okay.
I have no particular strategy. I like to do the artist. Artist for me is a people that in the morning wake up and want to apple. I do an apple, no. So I don't want to have a strategy. I know I don't do apple because now I do fish. No, it's not my idea to do art.
And so you say, well, the market is more difficult than last year. I think everyone can relate to that. Do you have maybe one advice for someone who in the market that we know right now?
For the artist, all kind of artist is work in the proper art and continue work and create their own style. People, if you if you follow the trend, is not good because you don't create your personal art. You create the trend art. It's important in the long period that you create your style, your recognizability, your.
Yes.
It's important that the people saw your work and speak. This is Fabiano, Matteo, or other people.
Yes, I think that's really the case for your artworks, and that can be very inspiring for other artists to find, yes, their identity that is recognizable. You talked about the fact that you're a collector yourself. Can you tell a little about that? What do you like to collect? How do you discover artists?
Ma I have no correct way to collect or find new artists. I like to get watch around and discover people that I like. I normally I buy people that I like, and sometimes little time I buy people that can be an investment, but is little time. This Tezos with this cheaper price is very interesting because you can buy a lot of things and you can use these things. I have a canvas, a screen, mural at home, and in the last time I get a lot of work that I can watch in my house here, in the digital frame I have. And I have a lot of this work that I collected in Tezos, and I like to watch. But I like a lot of pixel art of you. But I'm open to all kind of art. No, I'm also a collector in real, so I like to collect and watch art and discover other artists and. I like also have a lot of work by other artists. Behind me, there is some of is all other artists. Yes,
Nice.
There is Mattia Cuttini, Tomba. Is Clementine Valdis from France. Arat and other people in this place, and not only I have other in my house, and I like collect physical also.
Very nice. We will put the link in the description to those artists for the one who want to have a look. About other artists, do you do collaboration sometimes? Work with
Uh,
other artists?
I do little collaboration. Uh, I do some collaboration with little artists. I do one with an Japanese artist. My artist is Miwa, uh, which we create some clothes, and with the I drove the clothes, and her drove is some character that do normal life in this place, no, sometimes with some particular sketch, and a very this girl we worked with very Japanese style, and use some animal that do these things and work or live in this place.
And are you a member of artist organization or a decentralized autonomous organization about art, things like that?
No, I don't. I'm not a part of any artist organization or DAO. I'm in registered in some group, in a Telegram, Discord, in which I read the various messages, and sometimes I participate in discussion, but nothing more of this. It's only a discussion, something, not something organized. No? I'm not in something particular. I'm not able to follow a lot a group. Only this. I like go. I read, and sometimes we can exchange some ideas, some things, but nothing more of this. It's only these things.
Okay,
Oh.
thanks. No problem. And about your relationship with your collectors, what do you do to keep your collectors engaged? Do you do like airdrops? Do you use, I don't know, Discord? Do you do
Uh,
things like that?
Also in this, I'm very cheaper or free because when I sell, I like to send a message um, to collector. No, when I know the collector, I send the message. If don't find their contact, I thanks them via Twitter in public, or when I sell generative work, and I sell many editions. Normally, I do a public thanks, something like this, and but I don't follow general rule also in this, no. But I like to establish a minimum of contact with the collector. It's not because I don't like to speak with collector, but I don't want seem people that write to be to. Uh, I want to respect the privacy of the collector. In this way, is the problem. So thanks, but no more. I don't. Also, when I create a new piece, I don't write to collector to speak that I do a new piece
Okay.
because
Yes.
I think it's not Polish things for my
Yes.
idea. No, I think is published and people. Like me, that I watch other artists that publish, I think they watch my work and stop. But it's a privacy uh, reason, not because I don't want write or something this way.
Yes. Okay, so you send messages to your collectors when they buy your artworks if you have their contacts, but you don't feel really comfortable to send direct message when you mint a new artwork, for
Yeah,
example, to respect the privacy of your holders, your
yeah,
collectors.
yeah, yeah. It's something like this. I don't want to uh, send message when I mint is like something when you go in a market, in public market, no? And people buy this, buy this. I don't like this. No, it's something like this. No, it's something when people want to sell you something in your way.
Yes.
For me, it's not a nice thing. No, uh, for me, um, rapport. Rapport. I think that with the collector, I don't need sales. Oh, wait, only one moment. Uh, I like that with the collector is an exchange of idea or something. This not an exchange of money. So this is the way I don't send messages because I don't want people thinks that I write only because I want to sell something to you. I want that there is exchange of speak work, not necessarily exchange of money. This is my idea about the collector. No, uh, so this is the way because I don't be so I don't do a lot of communication with the people in this way. Only this.
Okay.
I can understand you. I can hope you understand what I mean.
Yes, yes, completely. And uh, but that's still on the way to connect with your collectors and to make the collections more dynamic, let's say. Do you do sometimes things like if you have this token, then you can receive another one? Little utility to add utility sometimes in the token to say if you burn this token then you have another one, little things like that to make people participate and interact with your creations.
Uh, mm, I don't have utility in my things, and I don't things to add at the moment because uh, the utility is the art for me.
Okay, yeah.
The art is the utility, and I don't I don't mean that utility don't be used. Don't don't I think utility can be used by in a specific way, in specific NFT situation. One artist like me that create my art, I think I don't need an utility in my NFT. Maybe utility can be used in other things, in other NFT, in some organization, okay, but a personal artist, one artist, I think don't need to use utility. But this is only my view in these things. Mm, but is utility is an evolution probably about NFT. But at the moment, I don't need it personally. But
Okay, no, that's good. That's indeed there is a lot of discussion on that. Does it need utility or is art the utility? I think both answers are good because obviously the art itself is the number one utility, and if you buy crypto art, you must love the art first. But the beauty of the blockchain, of NFTs, of smart contract is also to give a next level of interaction between artists and collectors, and that now we can in some way play with the artworks, interact with it, and I think it opens the door also to new relationship between creators and collectors. So at some point, if you want to try utility, you let us know. We're working on that. Maybe we can help. Um, so about your collectors again, can you tell a little which social media do you use? How many time you spend on each social media? Does it take you, I don't know, 1 hour per day, or is it more like 5 hours per day? Can you tell a bit about that?
So I use in the crypto world. I use mm, in the big time Twitter is my way to contact all people, and a little time Instagram. I don't have a Discord channel because I don't want to have now, because I need to put a lot of time to follow a channel in Discord, to create a channel in Discord. And I don't need, because I don't have too much collector to follow, to get in my social. So I use Twitter, and I think is for now is good. And for Twitter, I use normally do the famous GM and GN Twitter in the morning and in the evening is now a nice thing to interact with people, no? And in the day I do different tweet, but with no rule. Depend if I have some work to promote or not promote. Depend a lot of things. If do or not do a tweet. When I have more work to promote, I do more tweets. When I have less work, I do less tweet. But sometimes I like also do tweet without no motive, no.
Yes, no particular goal, no agenda.
Only a tweet for remember people that I'm here and not there.
Yeah.
No, and a lot of time I like to retweet people, but with no strategy. If I like people or if I see something, I do a retweet of the people and nothing. I don't use big strategy because I'm this way. No, I don't like strategy. When people ask me something about this, I speak. If in my head I have a strategy or something more strict, more definited, more, I do another work. No, I don't do artist. Probably I do the doctor or something. This no, I do artist because I like live in this way,
Yes.
free, no, creating things like my head a lot want. Only this. It's strange, but I think is the artist rule normal.
That's very interesting, and the good way to see things for other artists, to enjoy this kind of this way of living, to be to have freedom and to explore things. Um, do you go to I don't know, NFT events? You do things like that in real life, to physically meet your collector, other artists or curators?
So I like do this when I can. So in these last years is difficult to go around with COVID and other things that happens. And I go to Paris the last December to meet in Paris, to meet Benoit and Mocha with other artists, and I hope to go in other place in the next months. And it's a way to know their artists or their people in this world. It's nice in meet people.
And so one more question is it's a tough one, but can you recommend three artists? Three, it can be a little more if you want, but can you recommend artists that you like, that inspired you at some point, and that you invite everyone to have a look to?
So I because I joked with you, this is for create some enemies, and it's nice. But so I have three names that I choose, not because I want to exclude the other, but because I think I have something to speak. And I have the first is some artist that I like is her work, but also I like this girl have a beautiful mission, and is Dr. Farnosh that create work with plastic, and is a dentist that use the revenue to help a child in Iran to have access to the dental care. And it's nice to speak with her also because, some platform they listed people from some place like Iran and other place. And I think this is a good way. It's interesting to speak with her, I think. Something different. And the other people, obvious, my friends Mattia Cuttini for the story, because it's also him is a story, and also Luca Donno for the generative art, because he's a man that know a lot of things in the generative art. And I think it's good to speak with him because he's very young and have a great idea to exchange with people for me.
Very cool. Thanks for all those names. So again, we will put the link under the video so everyone can go have a look to them. Thanks a lot, Fabiano, for sharing all those things with us. I think your story is very interesting because you have a long background in art in general and in NFTs. So to hear that is we learn a lot of things. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks to you for this interview. I hope people understand my English. I'm a little bad because I want to explain more my idea, but sometimes with the language is a little difficult to explain correctly my idea. And sometimes I hope my idea don't pass in a bad way. So only this. But if people want some explanation, I can DM me, can send me a message. No problem.
Okay, thanks
So
a lot.
thanks so much for this.
Thanks, Fabiano.
Bye.